Hey everyone. It's Kaylee, the teacher of finances. Today we are going to talk about interest rates for Financial Friday. I'm just going to go over some questions and answers that, give me one second, got to make sure. Okay, cool. I just had to make sure that my Instagram was good. It was. So, anyways, today we're going to talk about interest rates and how you can use them to your advantage. So, most time when you hear interest rates, it makes you cringe, right? I don't really like I don't like the idea of interest rates. Everyone, like, when you're going to buy a car, well, what's my interest rate going to be? And it's like the dreaded conversation. Um, so there's such thing. If you're watching live, drop me a one. If you are watching after the fact, if you'll drop me a two. I'm gonna get better at that, I promise. So my friends that watch this and like follow my weekly topics and weekly lives, I'm gonna get there. Just watch. I believe in myself. So, anyways, I'm gonna go through a couple questions and answers regarding interest rates today, and then I'm going to talk about a couple ways that you can use interest to help you and not hurt you. So, a question that's often asked is which loan should you pay for first? Well, whichever one has the highest interest rate, pay that one off, get rid of it. Get as fast as you can get rid of the higher rates, get rid of them. The second question is which savings account should you open? So, if you're going to have a savings account, a standard savings account, get the one that has the highest interest rate, of course. I'm going to get more into savings here in a little bit. The next question that's asked often when you're looking at interest rates is going to be why does credit card debt give us such a headache? So it's because of compound interest. And it's funny when I came across that, I wanted to talk about compound interest today. So most of the time when you think of compound interest, you think of credit cards, okay? Because whatever your balance is at the end of that month, then they're going to take your interest rate and they are going to add it on top of that balance every single time, which is why, they always say pay your credit cards off if you can, as fast as possible because that compounded interest. But did you know and did you realize that there are such things as compounded interest that can help you? So, for example, if you have investments and they're in like the stock market, then that's compounded interest as well, but you have a risk. So, there's other ways that you can have savings built up with compounded interest that's a very much higher return than a standard savings account or a CD. So, going into the next topic is ways that you can use interest to your advantage. And the first one's going to be find like a high interest savings account. Oh, give me one second. My phone always wants to ring when I'm going live. Um, find a high interest savings account. If you're going to invest, find a high interest or an what you call an index no risk account. This is something I can help you with. I'm able to do these types of accounts. These types of accounts are going to be indexed to the what's happening in the market, but you're not going to lose any money. So that's why there's no risk. We set up projections to show you how compounded interest works, and you can see what happens over the course of a 10-year period versus setting up a savings account and knowing that you get a minimum interest rate, but it's very minimal and there's no true guarantee of like major growth. So these are things that I can help you with. Rewards checking. So find you a checking account that has interest. If you keep a balance at a particular level. Nowadays, there's all kinds of different checking accounts. There's a million different places you can get a checking account. So check and see which one gives you the best interest rate with the balance that you know you would be able to keep. Take advantage of bank bonuses. Different banks offer different types of bonuses that you can get. Like if you go to a certain bank, they may say, hey, if you keep your balance at this much, then you're going to get this bonus over a certain amount of time. Another thing, and this is something I love, I've used these forever. So, credit unions, check with credit union rates before you decide to go with a bigger company. Credit unions tend to offer the lowest interest rates when it comes to purchasing and loans and things like that. If you have a high interest rate on a vehicle, because it happens, sometimes things happen, life happens, credit happens, it is what it is. Take it if you have to. If you absolutely have to, take it. Pay on it, but pay if you can pay a little bit extra, do so. If not, pay on it about a year. Make sure that you were working on your credit as you do so. Don't get behind, don't have late payments, but pay on it. And then within um that year you can go to a credit union and see if you can get refinanced. And typically, if everything, if your credit has increased and everything, then you can get refinanced, which is awesome and it always helps. So we did something similar like that. We had a higher rate, so we refinanced it, and then we would just put whatever we were paying before, so then you can pay it down faster. So mainly the topic was just finding ways to be savvy in those interest rates, finding ways that you can utilize interest rates to your advantage. Something that I think is super helpful is if you plan savings for your kids. If you have a savings account for your kids and you're putting money in there and you're not going to want to mess with it for a certain amount of time, you can do the same thing with like major compounded interest accounts that have a high rate of return, no losses, no fees. So there's different types of accounts that you can set up like that for kids. If this is something you're interested in, if you'll drop kids in the comment, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll get with you. We can set up a time. But there's all kinds of alternative ways that you can invest and utilize compound interest to help you versus it hurting you. So I hope you guys have a happy Friday. We are headed to convention here in a little bit, so we'll be headed to Dallas, and I'm super excited to go learn and get all kinds of new knowledge to bring back to you guys this weekend. I'm sure you'll be seeing me on social media. I'll be posting videos and pictures and all that fun stuff. It's going to be a great time. And we have a weekend with no kids, so that's exciting because that doesn't happen a whole lot. Very rarely do we get a weekend away without the kids, which we enjoy, love having kids all the time, absolutely. But every now and then, as a parent, it's nice to get just a little bit of a break. So that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. More than likely, I'll go live tomorrow. But I'll see you guys over the weekend. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and enjoy yourselves. See ya.